Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the beauty, relationships, envy and seduction of those of you who have Venus within the 4th house within your natal birth chart, so stay tuned. However, before we do dive into today's video, certainly make sure that you give this video a like if you do like it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to, of course, click that little bell icon so that you can keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And one more quick thing to mention, and that is that I have some personal readings available. I also have some merchandise pieces there along with practical ebooks. So if you're interested in any of these things, then you can go to the links in the description box below. You can visit my website. Okay, so with all of those introductions out of the way, Venus in the 4th house, let's do this. Alright, so first and foremost, when it comes to Venus, make sure that you're looking at your Libra house along with your Taurus house, because both of these signs are ruled by Venus within astrology, and so they can give you more information. But if you do have Venus in the 4th house, then what this suggests is that you enjoy beautifying and decorating your home. In fact, your home is truly like your safe haven. It's your sanctuary, a place where you wish to feel at ease and comfortable. And so you might align yourself with gaining such a living situation. For example, you might spend most of your finances, most of your earned money on your home, or you might set the mood often by cooking or by gardening or reorganizing, or you might have music playing often because music helps you feel centered. Whatever you need in order to feel safe and secure and comforted, you will do it, Venus in the 4th house individuals. In fact, some of you, okay, there's a suggestion of some of you deciding to earn money from within the comfort of your own home, such as setting up a business or doing some extra work on the side, or perhaps for others of you, you help run a family business that's already set up. But like I said, most of your finances may go into your home, such as you buying little decorative pieces or readjusting your artwork season by season. And it's quite interesting because I have Venus in the sign of Capricorn in the 4th house, and I love reorganizing. I love changing my space season by season. But you know what? You might even be great at saving for a home further down the line. Perhaps you have a savings account specifically for a deposit on a mortgage, for example, or maybe you prefer to have a separate bank account for your rent money. Or perhaps there's those of you who want to buy land, or you wish to build a house. Though whatever the case may be, there seems to be an emphasis on gaining financial and material wealth in order to pour such things into your living situation. Likewise, there's an emphasis on creating a loving and harmonious environment within your home and between your loved ones as well. And so, on that note, I want to take you back to your own childhood. Now, for some of you, perhaps you experience quite a pleasant and caring upbringing amongst your family. Maybe your parents got on pretty well, or there was harmony often between family members. Maybe creating discord was uncalled for, and so instead of arguing or causing a fuss, your parents wouldn't address any issues, at least not in front of you. Or maybe you perceived your parents as being courteous and cooperative. Perhaps they were loving towards you and they instilled in you the importance of family and heritage. Or quite possibly you viewed your parents as charming and as graceful and as talented. Maybe one or both of them were really into a particular art form. Though even following on from this point, just a quick side note, I know for myself, with having Venus and Capricorn in the 4th house, of course Capricorn can rule over elders and our grandparents. And yeah, my grandfather, he sang. He was quite a musical individual, and I can't help but feel as if that was passed on to me through the family line, because I also love to sing, especially within the comfort of my own home. But overall, perhaps for some of you, you felt nurtured and you felt comforted by your parents' Venus in the 4th house individuals. However, for others of you, perhaps, yes, you experienced some of these things, but perhaps things also played out much differently. For example, maybe one or both of your parents created fake peace, fake harmony. They swept things under the rug. They didn't own up to their mistakes and their errors. They didn't address conflict or discord fully or properly. Maybe they kind of passed the blame onto others instead of them being seen in a particular light. It was like, how dare you accuse me of such things? I would never do that. Maybe nobody outside of the home could see what was happening inside the home because your parents kept things very much private and hidden. Sure, it was all sweetness and niceness in front of an audience, but the audience got a superficial, fake image. And so, what did you learn to do, Venus in the 4th house individuals? Well, quite possibly, you learned subconsciously to hide your true feelings. And you also learned not to talk about the difficult stuff, about the messy stuff that would only impact your image and how you were perceived by others, along with your family's image. Therefore suggesting that you can have this habit of presenting peace when in actuality there's more to untangle. There's more to talk about, and there's more emotions and feelings to come out. And if this is the case for you, I don't think you're the best at letting out your true and raw emotions, particularly emotions that you deem as bad or negative or ugly. Now, with that being said, this is also where you gotta consider the sign that Venus is in, along with aspects respectfully, because for others of you, perhaps you're more open, you're more expressive when it comes to family related matters, due to how you were nurtured more lovingly and with plenty of affection, or due to how your parents instilled in you the importance of valuing your emotions. Though whatever way this may or may not have played out for you as an individual, it's also the same emotions and feelings and habitual patterns that you bring into your one-on-one relationships. So if you learned to be private with your emotions, you might either attract a partner who is like this themselves, or you might behave in this way towards your partner. But on the other hand, if you learn to value your emotions and to nurture your emotions, you might attract a partner who is like this, or you might behave this way towards your partner. Furthermore, if you learn from within your family home that you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel at ease, again, maybe you bring such feelings into your relationships, such as you feeling insecure or you being afraid to leave a relationship if it's bad for you, for example. But then on the other hand, if you did feel comfortable and more at ease, there's a greater chance of you feeling secure within your relationships. And I suppose this is why self-worth is so important, because those of you who lack self-worth, well, you may have a much harder time of it when it comes to setting up a home, when it comes to setting up a family with a significant other, for example. Maybe your self-worth wasn't nurtured by your parents. They didn't build you up enough. They didn't teach you to embrace who you are. They didn't nurture your gifts and your talents. Or maybe they saw you as more of an extension of themselves. Or quite possibly they were controlling and demanding and unsympathetic towards you. Now again, perhaps such qualities are brought forward into your relationships. Then again, perhaps there's those of you who felt super supported, really supported by your parents. They taught you the importance of self-acceptance, and they wanted to see you blossom and bloom, and so you bring these qualities into your one-on-one relationships. Again, however, maybe it wasn't one of two ways. Venus in the 4th house individuals, maybe things were much more complex, more complicated here, not so black and white, but there's quite the grasp that your family has or had on you. There's an emotional pull. There's an emotional attachment here. Heck, perhaps some of you value the past. You truly value your upbringing along with all of the lessons your parents taught you. Yeah, you value your roots. And so maybe in this respect, you attract a partner who is similar. Somebody who is quite family orientated, or maybe you attract a partner who enjoys spending plenty of time at home, just like you, a typical homebody, or at least someone who likes to chill and take things easy, someone who enjoys your cooking or who enjoys cooking with you, someone who really appreciates their creature comforts, just like you. And quite possibly you go on to set up a home with this type of person, or you raise a family with them. Again, perhaps such things are dependent on the sign Venus is in, along with those aspects. But I think there's a desire here to raise a family with your significant other. In fact, you might seduce such a person into your life. This type of individual who has close ties with their family, an individual who is big into family gatherings and events. And come to think of it, well, this can also apply to friends of yours, such as you being friends with people who are family orientated, or you being friends with people who feel like family. And it's interesting because, as I say, I have Venus in the 4th house, and this is using the Placidus system, by the way. And my two best friends, they are very family orientated people, but me, not so much. And then my partner is also family orientated. He is very, very supportive towards his family and his loved ones. I mean, he is a Cancerian after all. But point being here, perhaps you attract people into your life who place family at the center of things. And maybe you do this as well, Venus in the 4th house individuals. I also think there's a tendency of you becoming envious or jealous either towards your family or towards others in association with family. So this could be the likes of you witnessing a sibling being viewed as the golden child, for example, or maybe a particular family member being given all this affection and love and attention whilst you're left starving for attention, you're craving it. Or this could be the likes of competing with family members for love, money, and materials. Then again, another possibility could be you becoming envious or jealous towards people who are raising a family, or towards those who are buying a house, all whilst you don't have these things. Or maybe you compare your family and your home and your upbringing even to others. So again, suggesting a type of jealousy, or quite possibly this could play out where you become envious of a family member's partner. Maybe it seems as if they have the most perfect partner which you lack in some respects. Then again, it could potentially play out in the reverse way, where your family members become envious and jealous towards you due to your wealth and your security and your possessions and your relationships. Or maybe it's that you grew up with a family member, particularly your mother, who was overprotective, who was smothering. Maybe she was envious of your beauty, or she would try to compete with you when it came to affection and love, or quite possibly it was her who specifically poked at your self-worth and at your insecurities by making petty remarks, by being passive-aggressive, or by giving you backhanded compliments. Though to be fair, perhaps some of you were jealous of your mother in some respects. So as you can see, it could have played out in many different ways, Venus in the 4th house individuals. But whichever way things did unfold for you as an individual, maybe the envy aspect, it filters into your one-on-one relationships as well. So this could be the likes of you being overprotective of your partners, or you feeling threatened by your partner's materials or their beauty or their success. Or this could be the likes of you being super private about jealous feelings that you feel towards your partner. And so in this respect, perhaps such things, they stem back to self-worth and inner security, which in turn manifest physically, such as through materials and physical security. For example, you might spend money on items you don't need when you're feeling down, or you might comfort eat when you're emotional because you're going through something difficult, or you might buy things as a way to self-soothe and to make yourself feel more grounded. Whatever you need at that time to cope, I suppose. Though I guess the important thing to keep in mind is how to feel secure from within. And this can be a tricky process for you, especially if Venus is in a more challenging position in your chart. But relying too much on outside resources to validate your emotions can be a slippery slope. Also, relying on your loved ones to validate your emotions, same thing. You might even run to your partner so you don't have to deal with a situation on your own, so creating codependency. Now don't get me wrong, I understand our partners are there for support and empathy, but depending on them to be our sole provider can cause an inability of us nurturing our own feelings as individuals. Therefore, perhaps some of you are learning a thing or two when it comes to nurturing your emotions. Though the last thing that I do want to mention is actually to do with how you'll nurture your own family, or how you already nurture your family. Now, some of you may not be the most nurturing towards your family today, so now, but maybe you go on to nurture the family you create. But then perhaps there's others of you who were caregivers, or you were a type of nurturer within your family home growing up, and then you go on to play a similar role within the family that you create. Or maybe you decide not to. You decide you don't want to have a family of your own one day at all. Though, whatever the case may be, if you decide to start a family, I think you typically act as a warm and caring figure towards your loved ones. In fact, I think you glow in this respect, and you might also find a newfound sense of self-worth through your ability to give to your children or to give to your spouse. And likewise, I also think that you grow to nurture the self-worth of your family and your loved ones through your acts of kindness and through your ability to be caring and loving and supportive. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video all about the beauty relationships envy and seduction of those of you who had Venus in the 4th house within your natal birth chart. Now, if you do happen to have Venus in the 4th house within your birth chart, then please let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. It would be great to get your feedback today. But with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you give this video a like, remember, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!